You're listening to the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, in which a group of friends play Dungeons & Dragons on the internet for your amusement. This is episode number 288, posted April 2021, the season finale of Season 4 of the Dog and Pony Show. Silence has fallen.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, your Dungeon Master. Tonight we are continuing the adventures of the Dog and Pony Show. That is right, we're in Barovia, mixing it up. Nothing but sunshine and rainbows and skeletons and death and decay and tragedy and despair. Not in equal measures. Our adventures are currently fighting with one Baba Lysaga, ruler, owner, operator of the drowned town of Berez. Lena Delina has recovered a glowing light sword, which is very helpful for killing things, but she hopes to use it to kill one Stradvan Zarovich. But first, you must escape Berez, and to do so, it seems like you gotta go through Baba Lysaga, the ancient witch who owns this land and surveys it from her flying giant skull, except she's been recently knocked from that flying skull to the ground by a world. Well, that's a recap. Usually I do that after we introduce people, but I just, you know, there was a lot going on.
It was pretty exciting.
It was in my head, you know. I said the words I wanted to say. Let's introduce people. Let us introduce people in initiative order because we are still in the middle of a fight. First up, it's Aline Sims.
Hello, I play Imra Soliana, the Wood Elf Ranger, and her amazing, beautiful dog, Androdite.
It's true. Next up, it's Dan Morin.
Hello, it is I, Castan Onatar's Crucible, a Warforged Cleric of God Onatar.
Also joining us, it is Jane Ritt.
Hi, everyone. I play Lena Dulina, the Human Rogue.
And next up, it's Micah Sargent.
Yes, I play Elevor Landman, the half-elf druid, and Samus, his saber-toothed tiger friend.
And last but not least, unless you consider least in initiative order, it's Erica Ensign.
Yes, I play a Brildish, the dwarven paladin who jumped on Baba Lysaga. And usually I also play Brildish's Pony Cindelarnt, but Pony's dead right now. So hanging out back in the celestial plane, just chilling.
Dead is an extreme word. I think we prefer not in this realm.
Not with us.
It's true.
Not with us.
He's in a better place, literally.
Yeah, we should all go there.
We should.
I had a lengthy conversation with a coworker who refers to people that have died as having transitioned, and I found that like strange. Because they would repeatedly like talk about
something different.
Yeah, that word means different things. But you know, as opposed to passed on or no longer with us, transitioned into the next stage of, well, not life, I guess, but into something.
We'll never
anyway,
know.
I thought that was weird.
Thanks for sharing.
It is weird.
You know,
is death not a phase of life?
Does anyone want to hear more weird things that my coworkers do? You know, we want to tap into that, or we want to go into D&D.
No, I would play this game.
Let's finish this fight. Then we can talk more weird things.
You know what? Aline said yeah, so we're gonna get one more.
Aline!
You know
You're
what?
running
I
the
think
clock.
It's weird when women, and they tend to be in their like late 40s, early 50s, and they refer to their girlfriends, but they don't mean that word the way other people mean that word.
Mm-hmm.
They just mean friends that happen to be women. That's weird and confusing to me. I don't know. I don't like it.
That's
All right,
not a
I'm
word
done
I
then.
use.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Speaking of Aline, Imra, it's your turn. You are first. You are currently in
Surrounded by hands.
Baba Lysaga's creeping hut, which is no longer as structurally sound as it was. Who ripped the gem out of it?
I did.
Yes.
You did. You still have the kind of
Beating heart.
gem-like magic seed that Baba Lysaga had stolen, presumably. I mean, maybe I don't know if she stole it or, you know, but bought it from a fence, but certainly had received stolen from the rightful owners, the Martikoff family winery on the western side of Barovia. You are currently in her usually animated creeping hut, and things are complicated. You tried to open a chest, and a bunch of creeping, crawling claws jumped out at you. So these are disembodied, just the hands of a monster trying to kill you. There's 3 of them left. I believe someone killed 1 already. The hut itself is in a bit of a precarious situation because it de-animated like while it was walking, and so it's not like it had firmly planted itself. So everything, I imagine, Imra, is like on a nice good 45-degree angle. And I'm not saying that your death is imminent, but like, probably don't get too attached to any of the structural features of this house because it may be about to fall over very quickly. So it's your turn.
I thought you were going to say
Enjoy.
Structural features of your body, and it was,
also don't get attached to those.
they're all attached.
You're attached.
So, how close are all of these hands? Are they in?
Never a sentence you want to utter.
Yeah. Pretty close. They're jumping all over the furniture to get at you and clawing at you.
Okay. So they're like in battle axe or longsword.
I would imagine they're basically engaged with you.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm gonna move my hunter's mark to one of them, and I'm going to. So I have Worldish's magic battle axe, and I have my longsword. And they both have the same modifiers. So I feel kind of sorry for the battle axe, and it's kind of heavy on my back. It's not
actually. It weighs half as. I just looked it up. It weighs half as much as a normal battle axe. So
well,
just
then,
FYI.
Okay, we're gonna have a conversation about me keeping this. Maybe.
I don't think we're gonna have a conversation. I think you're gonna keep it, and Broldish is not gonna notice.
I'm just gonna. It's mine now. Okay, so I'm gonna take the battle axe. I am going to attack the hand to which I moved my hunter's mark.
Okay.
That is a nat 20.
Heck yeah, it is.
Wow.
Good start.
You chop a hand, and it's just like, there's just a splash, a red splorch where it was. You're not sure even where it went. It's gone.
Okay. Seems like a waste of a nat 20, but...
Well, I mean, I didn't bother having you roll damage because you rolled a nat 20, so.
Okay, well, since I have 2 attacks, I'm going to... I can't move my hunter's mark again, right? I can only do that once.
Probably.
Does it require an action? A bonus action or something?
It is...
I wouldn't worry about it for the creeping claws.
Yeah, probably not.
It is a bonus action, yep.
Okay. Okay, again with my battle axe, a 10 to hit.
Again with the battle axe.
Again with the battle axe. Does a 10 hit?
What is the armor class of a claw? A 10 does not hit. Okay. Just a 10?
Yeah. Right. Do I want to use inspiration? I feel like maybe they can't do a ton of damage. Okay, I'm not going to re-roll it. I'm just going to let it ride, and that's my turn.
All right. Following Imra in the order is the creeping claws. They claw at you, Imra. I rolled very well. I have rolled a 22 and a 20.
Yeah.
Not critical.
They both hit.
All right, you get hit for 3 slashing damage from each of them, so that's 6 damage total.
Okay, I'm glad I didn't use my inspiration on that.
Crucible, you start your turn inside a zone of cloud killing. How's that going?
DM or Sim, DM or Sil.
It's coming. Patience.
Okay.
Let's see.
Whew.
When a creature starts its turn there, the creature must make a Constitution saving throw.
This would be a Constitution save against poison, I assume.
Yeah.
With which
I believe you have advantage and take half damage or something.
Indeed. Got an 11. Not great.
That's a save. Or wait, is it against her Baba Lysaga's?
Probably.
Yep, whatever.
Because Baba Lysaga's spell save is much higher. Spell save 17.
My bonus on a con save is not great. It's only +2.
Yeah.
I also rolled a 1 on the other one, so that would have been worse. So I'll take
you're
how
only
much
gonna
damage?
It would be 28 damage.
Holy crap.
Oh boy.
All right, so I'll take that 14.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about bloodied. And so here's the question is we assume she will probably get rid of the cloud kill on her own. What is our priority? Because I think I have a short-term option, which is I can potentially get rid of the cloud kill, or my long-term strategic option is kind of stop her from doing things going forward.
I think taking her out is the priority.
Okay, so and Bruldish, I feel like going toe-to-toe with her, you can probably take her. So here's what...
Well, if she gets a hit in, like if I have to start my turn in this cloud, I don't know. Like I'm in bad shape right now, so.
And I can't
only have
see you.
No, you can hear me though because I am just like laughing and screaming and yelling Hela's name over and over again. So like you have a pretty good idea of where Baba Lysaga and I are.
That might be about to change.
Well, actually, is healing word one creature who can hear you, or do you need line of sight?
I think it's. I'm afraid it's sight, but we should double check that.
Creature sure. You can see. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah. So I mean, just do whatever you think is right. Don't worry about healing me. I can heal myself. I probably won't, but I can.
Yeah, I'm just trying
I feel like after that last turn, there's no way Bruldish is going to.
All right, so I'll run down
down
the options. DM, dispel magic. I can attempt to dispel the cloud kill. There's no guarantee it will work because it's above a 3rd level spell. I'll have to roll and I'll have to beat I can't remember what.
If her spell save is 17,
I don't think I have to roll against her spell save. It has to do with the level of the spell.
It's a 5th level spell.
So I would have to beat a 15, which is challenging.
Yeah.
Not impossible, but challenging. Second option.
Do folks have inspiration to give him?
The other option, just FYI, is silence, which will stop her from casting further spells.
Oh, do that one.
Yeah, I think is more of an issue because
silence is on a person or an area.
It is an area. It will also mean I cannot hear Bruldish, and but I think toe to toe with no spells, you can beat her.
That's a lot better.
That's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, silence it is. That's a 20-foot radius sphere that I'm going to drop on Baba Lysaga.
And that just happens. And you don't even need to be able to see her so much as you're dropping it.
I'm putting it in a
in
spot.
the middle of the cloud.
I could put it literally on myself, and it would cover her because it's 20 feet radius.
All right. Well, I mean, you can see shadowy silhouettes of Baba Lysaga and Bruldish, tussling in the cloud.
Yeah. So I will drop that. Basically, let's say more or less.
Is it the same as the green circle on the map?
I would probably put myself outside of it.
Okay.
No way. Let's say, no, not there. Is that too close to the edge, though? Should I just put her in the middle? Nobody else cares except for me, right? I'm the only other spellcaster here.
Yeah, you can just walk out.
Yeah, you could drop it and then move.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. All right. Sorry, I don't want to drop.
Where do you want it?
Just put it right over. Put it centered on Baba Lysaga.
All right.
Get rid of this. Okay, and then I will use my
giant circles on a map. It's everybody's
We've got
least favorite
so
part
many
of
circles.
Dungeons and Dragons. What if we took a fantasy tabletop role-playing game and put a spirograph in it?
Ooh.
It's the best.
Ooh, yeah, that sounds great.
I am in.
all right, I'm going to back out.
I never had a spirograph when I was a kid.
Oh, they're so cool.
I'm going to back out of the cloud kill to avoid taking further damage. And I think that's probably my turn.
I'm just going to delete these dead flies to make the map easier. All right. Crucible, you have escaped the cloud kill. Lena Delina, I have bad news for you. You are inside the cloud kill. Make a Constitution saving throw.
17.
17 is a success. You take half of 29 damage, which is 14 damage.
Nice.
It's always great when you succeed and still take damage. Nice. Really puts the whole notion of success into a relative framework there, right?
Better than double that.
Yep.
I will accept it.
All right. What do you want to do? You are just on the edge of this horrible cloud. Baba Lysaga's hut is frozen in place not too far from you. You know that Baba Lysaga herself is in the middle of the cloud, as is presumably Bruldish.
I think
an empty giant skull still kind of hangs in the air above the cloud.
So I think I'm probably going to shout, Brildish, are you okay? And then realize that I
Silence.
can't, that silence has fallen.
Silence is falling.
I wonder, so how high is the giant skull?
I think it was pretty high up. I think it was about 20 feet up.
Okay.
Does that sound
so-
right?
I think that's
Erica?
about right. Yeah, that's.
Okay.
I think that's what you
So-
determined.
Because I think
for
it was
falling
theoretically
damage.
above
Yeah.
the cloud kill.
So unlikely that she's going to be able to launch her way up there.
Yeah, it would be hard to do a standing jump up to it.
Okay. Then she is going to back out of the cloud kill because I do not wish to continue taking that ongoing damage.
Understandable.
And I am going to ready an action that if I see Baba Lysaga and she is taking a hostile action against someone, I would like to attack her.
Okay. And what kind of range attack or
Yeah, with my
crossbow. Got it. All right. Elevor, you and Androdite are still in the wreckage of the church next to where all this battle is taking place. You see the giant cloud of poisonous gas that has taken over a good amount of the bog here, and some of it's drifting into the church. I have no idea what you're going to do. What do you think you're going to do?
So I can choose a point I can see beneath my cloud of what is it? It's not altocumulus, cumulonimbus cloud that I've created here.
A lot of cloud action happening
And
today.
so I think what I want to do is basically
Zap the
where
skull.
I saw Brildish go
No.
like, so Brildish attacked, you sort of like went into the air and then dropped.
They fought in the giant skull.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
fought in the giant skull, and then presumably Elevor would guess that then Baba Lysaga fell down, and
That's
so
where things tend to fall, yes.
And then Brildish
Correct.
landed on top of her.
Yes. Brildish is on top of
I am
her.
literally on top of her, so if you strike her with lightning, I will get hit.
cruddy crumbs.
There's a giant skull there. You could attack the skull.
Does it have health though? I don't know. Did we find that out?
Her hut
Also, it
certainly
could
did.
be our skull, is all I'm saying.
The skull has not done anything.
Okay, Elevor will.
malevolent.
It
so
might be
far.
backing her up somehow that we don't know. They might have
The
a
gang
bond.
gets a hover car.
Elevor will
Hover
ready
skull.
his action. Should he see the Baba Lysaga without
Mhm.
a Brildish atop her, at that point he will immediately call lightning onto her dome.
I love it.
Nice.
And by her dome, I mean her head and not the dome that is the skull that she rides in.
All right. Samus, the saber-tooth tiger, you are next. Samus, you start your turn in the cloud, which is not good for you. So Samus, make a Constitution saving throw.
Samus will make a Constitution saving throw. We will do... Oh no, that's not great. An 8.
Oh.
Oh, Samus kind of panics in the cloud. Samus takes 28 poison damage.
28! Okay, well, Samus is down.
Wait,
and that's
Samus isn't in the cloud?
Oh, is the green
Yeah.
the cloud or is the purple the cloud?
Yeah.
Green's the cloud.
The green is.
Green's the cloud.
Then Samus isn't in the cloud, right?
Samus is, part. Is this like
Where's the center?
Can we do an
5, 10,
odds roll,
15?
Tony?
Here's what we're gonna do.
5,
Samus
10,
has
15.
advantage.
Oh, maybe Samus does.
Yes. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Roll better.
Samus is only partially in the cloud.
Please, please, please.
Just
How
the
about
breathing
18?
part.
That's better.
18 is a success. Unfortunately, Samus still takes 14 damage on a success.
I will take.
That was a
14
real
damage on
Hobson's
this
choice
success.
Yep.
All right. Samus is not down, but Samus
But-
is yowling.
Samus is yelling. All right, Samus, what will you do? Samus knows that Baba Lysaga is somewhere in that cloud. There's also places that are not filled with poison gas. literally if Samus backed up
Yep.
like 3 feet.
And that's what Samus is going to do.
All right.
Hey, buddy.
Baba Lysaga is next. Now let me ask you a question, Dan. Does ending a spell require verbal components?
No. You can
No.
just stop
You just have to stop
concentrating on
concentrating.
it.
So let me just check here. What does Baba Lysaga want to do?
Breathe deep of the
well-
poison.
Yep.
Just
Give
really
up.
suck that in.
Big old gasp.
Yum, 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 yum.
I mean, technically, I feel like
think-
Bruldish probably knocked the wind out of her, so the first thing she's going to do is probably breathe, right?
I think Baba Lysaga ends the spell before her turn.
Well, a lot of
So,
things happen
Baba-
before.
so the
as
cloud
soon as that happens.
dissipates and several things trigger. So Lena Delina fires a crossbow bolt. Elivor, did you have something
No,
ready?
because that would hit me too.
Correct.
Oh.
Yeah. Elivor's is conditional.
Lena, fire a crossbow bolt. I think you have disadvantage because Baba Lysaga is on the ground with a relatively sturdy human shield, or sorry, dwarven shield atop her.
Dwarven shield carrying a
I
shield.
believe the exact phrasing of it was, and looks like she's about to take a hostile action.
Yeah.
Does she look like she's about to take a hostile action?
Yeah, she looks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's
Then-
looking a
You
You
little
can tell.
hostile.
You can tell. You can look at her eyes; they're all hostile.
Yeah, she's got a lot of hostility there.
More of a
She is not
hostile than
waving a white
cheap,
flag. She is.
cheap in on the. You stay in as a youth. Never.
Oh, that's a 10.
All right, your crossbow bolt hits the ground somewhere near Baba Lysaga.
It probably
did
like
anyone else have-
glances off of Broldish's armor.
Yeah. Did anyone else have anything that would have triggered?
I don't
All
think
right.
so.
So Baba Lysaga is underneath Broldish, and
Mhm.
she does not like that. Um,
Brolish does.
Is this going to be like an opposing strength?
yeah. What is
Get
this
off
going to
of
be?
me.
We were
she
grappled
could just
and then we
attack
fell.
you, right?
I don't
Yeah.
know. She certainly could. Yes, you can attack when you're.
I think she's just going to attack you from the ground
okay.
with disadvantage. And let's see how that goes. So, Baba Lysaga is holding a kind of an old, gnarled wooden stick that she was using to cast her various spells. Now it simply serves as a quarterstaff. Baba Lysaga tries to mumble a series of spells, but I think they all have verbal components, so nothing happens there. So you're going to get hit with a flurry of quarterstaff attacks. Broldish. So I'm going to roll these with
Silent.
disadvantage.
Quarterstaff attacks.
With disadvantage, an 11 does not sound very likely to hit you. A 23 sounds pretty good,
With disadvantage?
and an 11 again. I rolled a
Okay,
17
well-
and a 15, and she has +8.
Wow.
Ow. That's a buff old lady.
It's a buff old lady. So you get whacked in the ribs for 8 bludgeoning damage by the stick.
That ain't great.
Yeah.
Still
How are
up,
you
though.
looking?
16 hit points.
All right.
All right. I think Baba Lysaga likes her odds for now. Broldish, your turn.
Okay. Yeah. If I was playing any other character, I would absolutely heal myself. But after that epic last turn and falling out
I
of
got
a
you covered.
skull, like there's no way Broldish is going to stop and do anything else, but just basically stand over Baba Lysaga and just take 2 ginormous whacks at her with her sacred axe. Had we determined at all if radiant damage did any additional extra damage to her like it does to undead, or no?
Baba Lysaga does not appear to be undead, just ancient.
Just really, really old. Okay.
Yeah, I have some
Um,
art of Baba Lysaga. I don't know if I've shared with you that now that you're like real
Up close
real
and
close.
personal.
Up close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are
My
not-
health is also getting low.
All right. I can either heal a bunch of people for a little bit or like one person for a lot.
Do
A lot of it.
Yeah, do Broldish for a lot.
Mhm. Agreed.
All I know about Baba Lasagna is she hates Mondays.
Mm.
So
There you go.
silly.
That came up.
Nope. Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Ah!
Whoa.
Oh, that's a hairdo.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, we had not seen that. I would have
No.
remembered.
Yeah.
That would have
don't
haunted
like
my
that.
nightmares.
Are you sure she's not a dragon?
Here's-
So
Here's
she's
her
kind of
hut.
like
Her hut's-
ghastly
We saw the hut.
It's pretty cute, though.
green.
The hut's cute.
I like
really
Angular
stringy
features.
looking. Yeah,
Her,
angular
her
features.
fingers are long.
A little
the
like
hut. Her ears and her chin are pointy.
Yeah,
And her hair.
Yeah, she's got a lot of
Her hair.
Is
points.
she
She
an
has like
elf?
triangle
they're not good
hair.
points, Tony.
She's got
No.
what I would call a pointy skull. She has
You
a
know,
case of
Baba
pointy
Lysaga
skull.
makes a lot of
Head.
good points.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I get it.
Well, we'll see how that goes.
I didn't like it, but I got it.
I'd
thank you,
like
Micah.
to return it.
I feel hurt.
yes, please. All right.
All right.
Brildish is before I attack, I am going to use my last second level spell slot, and as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Magic Weapon on my Sacred Axe.
Does that require
yes.
a verbal component?
Oh, actually, it might. It does.
Probably.
Okay, so I can't do
Almost
that.
all spells do, unfortunately.
That's right.
Sorry.
You know what? Brildish is going to try to do it because she doesn't know the difference, and it just doesn't work, which is fine. So Brildish is going to attack. I still do have advantage on my attacks against her because my vow of enmity is still in place. So I'm just going to try to smack at her with my sacred
Are
axe.
you on the ground or are you standing up at this point?
I'm standing up.
Okay.
Like I that's I use my movement to stand up over her so that
Okay.
I can smack
Yeah.
at her.
Does anyone remember why I have the symbol of her shouting?
I think that's my vow of enmity. Maybe
She's got a
Okay.
headache.
It's
I'm
It's
honestly not
potentially
Sure, I don't
no one
remember.
did something that did ongoing psychic damage, right?
Not that I
No.
remember.
I don't think
No.
All right, we're good.
Just that one pun that you did.
Oh god,
Um,
true.
But that was, like,
was some
damaging to
major
us
psychic
more than
damage.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that wasn't great.
You guys
but
have high hit points.
I got a 17 to hit her.
A
do it?
17 will hit her when she is not inside a giant skull that provides
Good.
three-quarter
All right.
cover.
It's silvered, if that makes any difference.
She's not a werewolf.
Okay. Well, just checking.
Yet.
Are you
Big
sure?
boss. Yeah.
Not undead, not a werewolf, not a dragon. We're
she
slowly
an
narrowing
angel?
down.
Don't care though because
She is just an ancient old lady whose age is perhaps probably extended through some unseemly methods.
And good eating.
well, Brildish also has a thing called Divine Smite. So when I hit with a melee weapon attack, I can expend one spell slot. I'm just expending the slot. I'm not actually casting a spell to deal an extra 2d8 radiant damage to the target.
This is bad
so
for
I'm
the
gonna do
target.
that.
Nice.
The target
So-
loves it.
So first regular boring old damagey damage is 10 slashing damage.
10 slashing damage.
Yep.
That's
And-
not good.
Then we've got some radiant damage coming at her. That is going to be and since I can't use my magical weapon spell because it's second level, I'm going to use that spell slot so that I actually will get another d8 of radiant damage. So that is 18 radiant damage.
Wow.
Ouch. That's didn't like that.
Mhm.
All right, 18 radiant damage.
And that's my first attack.
Mm.
And then my second attack, I still have advantage. That's way higher than what I just hit her with. So I am going to do my regular slashing damage. That is 8 slashing damage.
Okay.
And it just says when you hit with a melee weapon attack, you can expend one spell slot. Guess what? I've got some first level spell slots left. So I'm going to expend one of my first level spell slots and do, it's not as great a roll, 9 more radiant damage to her.
Oh, you pummel Baba Lysaga over and over with axe blow after axe blow. And with your last one, you basically cut her in half.
Yeah!
With a
Halo
glowing,
Nice.
glowing strike of light. Baba Lysaga's two halves hit the floor, the ground of the boggy swamp, and where they fall, several swarms of rats take their place.
Okay. Ugh, gross.
So was she made of rats all along?
Pointy
I'm rolling
rats.
initiative. I'm rolling initiative.
Those
for
were the rats we made along the way.
Isn't there something maybe like in a Stephen King book where someone's made of rats?
Yeah, that sounds
Trying to
right.
That
remember.
does sound kind of
I think
funny.
that's
But
called
Elivor,
Rat
now
King.
it's your time to shine.
yeah, the rats. I think is what that book is called.
Yeah.
All right. Breldish, anything else?
I don't like the idea of getting hit by rats. They're just like I think basically what's going to happen is
who does?
I used what is it, half of your movement to stand up. So I'm just like basically stomping around with my arms in the air, and I'm just going to walk away from these rats because
All
I'm
right,
just
we'll
really
say that none of the
excited,
rats
so-
were actively engaged with you.
Okay, so I mean, if they want to take a swipe at me, they can, but I'm just like,
Mhm.
woo! Except you can't hear me, but you can see, like, Brildish's mouth is wide open.
Crucible's like waving you over.
And
Oh, okay.
she's
I'll
just
head over to-
pointing and like,
All right. Meanwhile, back in
Can't get
Baba
very
Lysaga's creeping hut, Imra, it's you and 2 hands. I mean, your 2 hands plus 2 additional hands.
4 hands. 4 hands are
4
better
hands.
than 2.
Somebody give him a hand.
No, please, someone take 2
she's got
hands
plenty.
away.
All right. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm tired of these hands in this tree, and I'm going to take another swipe with the battle axe.
All right.
That is an 11.
An 11 does not hit a hand.
Yeah. All right. So my second attack. That's better. 16.
16 hits a hand. Roll damage.
Okay. Oh, and move my hunter's mark too.
Okay.
So that is a 9 plus my d6 for my hunter's mark.
You
Is
slay a
another
hand.
3, so 12. Okay.
All right. You kill a hand.
All right.
1 hand remains. Anything else, Imra?
I think that is my turn.
All right. The single hand in the hut is left. It will try and punch you in the face, Imra. It has rolled an 18.
Jeez. Yep, that hits.
Wow.
"Eep."
Ow. I actually got myself pretty good there.
Oh.
So,
Tony
3
demonstrating
bludgeoning
what the hand
damage.
does. Okay.
Crucible, you are outside the zone of silence. There's no more cloud kill. It's just,
I will dispel the zone of silence as my first action,
Mhm.
which is not an action. It's just done.
Oh no, the rats can cast spells.
Oh, put it back, put it back. Oh, now I can hear the rats. I don't like that.
Chitter, chitter,
Interesting.
chitter.
All of a sudden, you just hear, "Love me praise in Halo's name."
Crucible will stride over next to Brildish and give you let's do a cure wounds at...
Do you want to be next to Broldish and not immediately next to rats? Because right now you're immediately next to rats.
I was trying to insulate her a little bit, but
Okay.
Appreciated.
19 hit points back.
Woo!
Wow.
Thank you. I am almost at half.
All right, and I think that's all I get to do, unless anybody else needs a little bit of healing. Oh, I can't do that. Can't do it. It's another spell. So yeah,
'cause
I'm
it's
here
not a
to.
cantrip.
I'll stand in between Brildish and the rats while she sort of gets back to her feet.
All right. The rats converge on Crucible as you are the most obvious target here. Well, they're not that threatening. They're rats. There's a decent number of them. It may take you an embarrassingly long amount of time to kill them all. The rats are all going to converge on you, Crucible. They swarm you. That's what they do. They're a swarm of rats. I have rolled a critical, an 11 and a 13.
My critical hits. That's it.
You will take... Dice.
Take these dice.
This could
Take
be
my
worse.
dice, please.
A little dicey.
That's a lot. It's like
Ouch. Wow, I rolled really well. 21 piercing damage.
Cheapers.
from rats.
Yeah,
They're Barovian rats.
yeah.
I don't want to.
Some of the one of the rats found like a gap in your armor, and they're just in there tearing stuff out. Crucible.
made
I
It's like
don't like the phrase "in." I don't
Yeah.
like that.
Anybody else
Yeah.
ever seen? Anybody else watch Doom Patrol? There is a very similar scene to that. To this and that.
Dan,
Where there's
it's
a
kind of
rat
like that
in a
episode
robot.
of The Mandalorian where the child is in the crawl space, but in this situation, it's a delightful rat tearing apart your tendons.
And I am the crawl space.
Yeah, you
I
are
don't want
the
to
crawl
alarm
space.
anybody. but I have 4 hit points.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no.
No.
Remember that time rats killed Crucible? Good times. Remember the time
Yeah.
you defeated the biggest, baddest boss you had fought all game?
You know what I say to this, Tony?
Crucible?
When I suck it, Revenant.
Oh.
Never found me. The rats got me.
Yeah.
Dan, what are the rats looks at you with a glint in its eye?
Oh, son of a.
All right.
Cool.
Lena Delina. Very
Uh,
favorite with the rats.
Lena, would you kindly kill these rats?
Will do. So it's gonna be 1, 2.
A reminder: swarms take half damage from bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing attacks.
Okay. Well,
Which is to say, most of the things Lena is capable of doing.
but now she does radiant. So let's stab a rat.
Great game show.
Yeah, just using a lightsaber to murder rats.
Oh, that's only a 9.
I think I saw that in a Clone Wars episode.
A 9 does not hit swarm of rats.
Okay.
A rat's
I'll
scurry.
take my other one, which isn't magical, sadly. That's a 10. So I think what's happening.
10 is the armor class of a swarm of rats.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
okay,
Wow.
cool. That's good. All right, that's 6 damage.
All right, you have done
Is
a
it
significant
still-
blow.
Is it still up?
Yeah,
sneak
you would
attack.
say. Okay,
16 additional
Oh, wait, sorry.
rat damage.
that was 6 plus 16. What kind of damage was it though?
Just normal damage. Slashing.
Is it bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing?
It is slashing.
So both types are slashing. So math is hard.
Because I basically took one attack with my cool sword, missed terribly, then offhand did a stab, successful, but just normal mundane damage with
All right.
Sneak attack though.
You have killed about half the rats of the swarm, but not fully.
So basically I did a swipe with the sword so they were all distracted, and then I just got my
That's
sword
like
around
skewered
in there.
several of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like a shish kebab on a rat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Put them right over the fire, cook up some rat for dinner.
Yeah, well, my
Guys,
other
don't eat-
sword
don't eat rats.
is fire, so I'm just
Yeah.
you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're
My other
cooking as they
sword is
go.
fire. Like,
Yeah.
my other car is
That's a
Yes.
great bumper sticker for your pony.
But we don't have a pony.
Oh God! Don't.
Oh,
We have to put a new bumper sticker on every time Broldish resummons Pony.
I'm
Just pick,
Pony
sorry,
feels
after the
great about
6th
that.
time, I'm picturing Pony just rolling its eyes every time it gets
Just so
summoned.
we're clear,
Slap it on.
the gift shops at Barovia are terrible.
yeah. So
There
what
are
would,
gift shops?
Well, Blinsky.
yeah. So what would the bumper stickers be? I'm thinking my cleric is an honor student.
My vampire
Um,
ate your honor student.
proud blood donor. You know,
Go Barovia Bats.
yeah.
Or just one of those little family sticker sets,
Oh,
but it's
those
just
would be really cute.
the party, and then there are a million pets.
Oh my
it-
God!
should
I
make
really
It
those.
want
just
that
wraps
now.
all the way around the horse.
Oh, that would be such a cool.
Proud dungeon buddy.
I'm gonna cry. That's so cute.
Put me on board.
Someone will make that in stick figure form by next time. Elevor.
Is Crucible a construct?
Yeah, technically, but not for all purposes.
He's a construct and a creature.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not immune to whatever you're thinking.
Lightning.
Well, I had this moment
No.
of Crucible sacrifices himself, holds his hand up in the air.
To kill rats.
just a lightning rod.
On the
I'm just-
contrary,
Guys, this is one of those situations where you better come up with a good cover story by the time you make it back to town.
Elevor, I
because-
think there have been previous points in this campaign where you have become a rat and talked to other rats.
that is also true. But are these rats aren't that hard? I don't
And they
know.
came out of Baba Lysaga.
Yeah, these
Yeah,
are
they're
guys.
probably
These are,
icky
I just want to be
rats.
real clear. These bad rats.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What are you
I
thinking?
think- so remind me again. I know I always ask this, and Erica always answers it, and then I always forget. Concentration is keeping my cloud in the sky for doing lightning tricks. what can I do?
You could cast
While-
another spell as long as it doesn't require concentration.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah,
See,
burn,
so
so you could like do your flame thing and throw some fire at them, or
yeah, because my original plan was to heal Crucible using
that would also be good.
a healing spirit, but that requires concentration, so I would have to get rid of my lightning storm, and I don't want to do that.
Let's just
That
bleeding the
might be
rats.
early, yeah.
So yeah, let me just go ahead and I can't do Flame Blade because that requires concentration, but I can.
I mean, if you just get over there, you can just chuck a flame at them.
Oh yeah, because I can move while still concentrating. Duh.
Dungeons and
You can even
Dragons,
stay
the fantasy
inside.
world where you can walk places.
Oh, wait.
And
Stay inside
chew
the church.
gum.
Why did I think Speak with Animals required concentration? I don't know, but it doesn't. So Elevor is going to move to the edge of the church, since you said it's all broken down and gross.
Yep.
And then, well, you didn't say gross, but I said it. And then you sort of hear the chatter, the chitter chatter, pitter patter of rats. And it kind of, yeah, you see just, it's not actually there, but there's sort of just this magical aura around Elevor's face that sort of makes him take on this rodent shape as he starts to chitter chirp at the rats.
Radivor.
Yes, and then Radivor's voice calls out to say, my friends, my ratty companions, why ever are you attacking these wonderful people?
Do you want to give me a persuasion check?
I
in there
would
or something?
love to give you a persuasion check, Tony. And we're going to go for one of these here. A 17. Persuasion.
All right. The rats kind of chitter back to you, Elevor, in a kind of a chorus that is unusual for rats, based on your experience. But they chitter back to you. These people have killed our mother. They must pay. They must pay. They must pay.
Okay. Elevor will say.
Yeah.
Rats.
Your mother, you say? But isn't it time that you go out into the world on your own? Are you not adult rats? I do not see tiny creatures before me. I see large, honorable creatures.
Silence, interlopers! Silence, says the many rats.
And Elevor looks to his people and says, yeah, that's not going to work.
These are
And
terrible rats.
they're the ones that don't listen whenever I talk to them.
They literally were inside Baba Lysaga.
Yeah.
I mean, well, actually, I guess they were magically or figuratively inside her, not literally inside her. But I don't know. I'm not a biologist.
I gave it the old college try.
Yep.
And now it's Samus's turn.
Kitties
All
like
right.
chasing rats.
Yes, exactly. Samus rushes forward.
Oh God, this is gonna be a murder. Just
Yay!
watching a giant cat eat like a cloud of rats.
And let's
I'll
see.
remind you that the AC of a swarm of rats is 10,
We
but you do have damage on if it's blood piercing or slashing, which I think is Samus's only options.
Yeah, piercing, yeah, slashing. Okay, so definitely a 24 will hit. So let's do. And we decided before that a swarm, I can't get that extra move on, because they can't be knocked prone.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 1s? Are you serious? All right, 7 damage on this swarm of rats that is sort of
Okay.
diagonally directly in front of Samus.
3 damage on a swarm of rats as Samus picks some of the best rats and eats them. Anything else? Does Samus have multi-attack, or it's only it's the knock prone? Sorry, we have
Yeah.
this conversation a lot.
Yeah,
I'm bad at remembering.
just
everything.
the knock prone.
Broldish, good news. You're not dead.
I feel like Crucible sort of, healing me sort of snapped me out of it. So I feel like this would be one of the rare times where Broldish would actually turn around and heal crucible right back after seeing him get just like totally nabbed by all those rats.
You guys should just take turns healing each other and not dealing with the rats. Yeah.
It's all right. I got some stuff for the rats. I got some stuff for the rats.
I mean, I mostly do slashing damage, which isn't like super helpful against them. So yeah, so I'm going to do a cure wounds, and I only have it at first level. So that is 9. You get 9 hit points back.
I'll take it. Thank you.
And then I will like brandish my axe at these rats and like shout at them and try to like kick at them.
Go away in Hela's name.
Yeah, I can't actually do any damage.
You'll try and Yeah, but you'll try and get some attention from the rats. All right.
That is it.
All right. Imra, you are still in a house fighting one hand.
And I am
single-handedly
very angry at the single hand. I am going to whack at it with my battle axe after I move my hunter's mark. That's a 21.
Woo!
You murder a hand.
That's the sound of one hand fighting. Dying.
Goodness. All right, so then I would like to, if the DM allows, go check out that chest again and see if there's anything else. Are there more hands?
No, inside the chest is several things that are not hands.
Feet.
No. Dan, I like how you think. But let's see here. No, it's got good stuff in it. I just got to find the description of it.
A magical
I'm going to paste some of this. No, there's no, I don't think so. Inside the chest of stuff, and let's just say that you kind of like take a second to like pile this into your bag, Imra. There is, and I'll paste these into the chat, and somebody can paste them into the adventure journal. 1,300 gold pieces, each of them with, a smiling Baron Stradvan or Stradvan Zarevich. Sorry, Count Stradvan Zarevich. A vial of something.
Where's a cat to taste these when you need it?
Samus.
Oh, darn it. Not that cat.
2 spell scrolls.
Oh.
A pouch containing, I'll just tell you these are +1 sling bullets.
Do we want to open the pouch? Let's make this decision as a group.
There's some pan pipes and like a nice shiny stone.
Oh, a shiny stone.
Don't. Normally, this is where Elevor would be like, wait, is it like an orb? But he's learned his lesson.
So you have, for I'm just going to say, Imra, you have shoveled these things into your one of your satchels. And some of these things it's obvious what they are, like a gold piece. Some of them are unclear what they are, and you might need to spend some time studying them outside of battle, possibly with some help of your friends. So you've done that. You've killed a hand. What do you want to do now?
Play the panpipe.
If I look around, is there anything else in this formerly creeping hut that I should pay attention to?
The hut is pretty trashed at this point.
Okay.
From there's a giant hole in the floor that tried to eat you. There is a crib that used to have the illusion of a baby straw in it. There is a bunch of furniture that is kind of not doing so great. It's still bolted to the various floors and ceilings and walls, but it did not intend for the hut to be tilted at this 45-degree angle. There is still, a slender wardrobe.
Son of a! I thought we got rid of that.
Say it like that.
You feel like there's still, and there's that big iron tub stained with ketchup. But you feel like your work here is done.
Okay, so in that case, I'm going to move out of the hut and toward the rats, and that'll be my turn.
We had freed both cages full of birds, right?
You did.
No, one of them.
No, one is still. I thought one was still.
Yeah, one was opened. The other one was not, because you moved away and decided to do other stuff. So we still have some birds to free.
Point of order, Tony. Is that tomato ketchup or tomato ketchup?
Unclear. You'll have to study
it ketchup
closer.
or catsup?
Oh, God.
All right. Aragal starts jogging back in your direction. He is covered in zombie guts and snake guts, equal quantities. Hello, he says. Crucible, it's your turn.
Crucible, like, bows his head in prayer, and he just starts glowing.
Oh no! Then you just roll around on the rats.
Says something, a prayer, and burning radiance erupts from him. So all of those rats must succeed on a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Fun.
I hope they all
DC
fail.
14.
Check the Constitution of a collection of rats.
What is a
not
collection
great.
of rats called?
Well, in this case, it's called swarm.
Swarm.
A group?
Yeah. All right.
of
So I'm gonna
rats.
do.
A
There's
mischief.
3 swarms of rats. 2 of them have been. One's been injured. One's been had 1 rat eaten, and one is hale and hearty. So hale and hearty rats first. They have rolled a critical success.
I don't
These are your
like
good-
that.
These are your
worst.
good rats.
I don't like
These are the
any
kind of
these
rats. These are top
Tough
of the barrel rats. The badly injured rats that Lena has skewered many of. They have rolled incredibly poorly. And
Great.
medium rats.
That's
medium
the
rats
Lena
have
guarantee.
medium rats have also done poorly. So Dan, 2 of the rats
Great.
swarms fail. One swarm of rats just continues to climb further up the rat race.
That must have been the ones I talked to. Those really
Well.
good rats that are really
One-
bad rats.
1-5.
These
and
are what you call
1-1 on
face
those
rats.
2d6.
These are the rats that speak for the other rats. Yeah.
So great news. 6 radiant damage to all the rats that failed their saves.
All right. Well, it's
Kind
not.
of was looking for that to be more impressive.
I was hoping so too.
At least it's not nerfed in any way, right? Because it's not bludgeoning, slashing,
No, it's just
etc.
it's radiance.
One of the swarms at this
Uh,
point, half a swarm, which will be slightly less effective when it tries to murder you.
Murder rats. Like murder
Remember, Dan, when you were like, "Don't worry, I'm going to kill all the rats on my turn," and then you didn't kill the
Nope,
rats?
I said, don't worry, I got something for the rats. I
He
gave
said
them
he
something.
had
It just
something.
wasn't a
Mhm.
best thing I could be giving them.
That must have been the DM and not the sill.
Mm.
I think I'm going to potentially use a healing word on myself.
I think that's a good idea.
Yep.
I'll do
Agreed.
that. It's only a level 1.
We don't want the murder rats to hurt you.
Mm-mm.
Please, rats.
I mean, to kill you. Sorry.
That's not helpful.
Just gonna try and kill Dan with rats. This is the part of the session where I kill him with rats. Rats. This is my rat song.
My favorite musical.
Oh, that maxes out. Great.
You know, the dice give and the dice
Take
take,
it.
Dan.
Yeah, but they take more than they give.
Well, that's the nature of Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, I'm done.
A game about friendship and suffering. All right, the rats smell the blood in the water that is an injured Crucible and converge upon you. One of the rat swarms is damaged, so they are not going to do full damage. That will be my green die.
I am going to use my protection. I'm going to use my reaction to use my protection thingy and shove my shield in between Crucible and the group of rats that is right in front of me and impose disadvantage.
In disadvantage. All right, I'll do the rat swarms one at a time instead of all at once.
Ha!
So this is the good rats. They're being disadvantaged, though.
It sounds like the system has oppressed those rats.
Yeah, these
that
rats.
system is
Well,
brillish.
Dan, I will tell
System
you the
of a
first roll.
brillish.
First roll was a 20. The second roll was much, much lower. Does a 9 hit you? No, it does not.
Thank
Nice.
you.
All right.
Haley be praised.
Once again,
How many
these
criticals
rats
have those
been-
rats rolled?
That way, it was an unnatural 20.
Oh,
Um,
that wouldn't
So-
hit. That wouldn't have hit either.
20, a natural 20.
Oh, well then, see, it's fine. See, it's fine. What are you complaining about? You just got rats all up in you. Next rats. These are the injured rats. They have rolled another unnatural 20, but an unnatural 20 does not hit you right now.
It does not.
Mm-mm.
All right,
It doesn't hit
and
me ever.
last rats.
Ever.
Wow, I rolled 3 18s in a row, but that's not good enough to hit you. So they have a +2. They're just rats, people.
I'm glad they attacked you and not me because they would have hit me.
That's why I stood in front.
I
Lena, you
appreciate
want to
it.
skewer some rats?
I'd love to.
Rackabots.
Choose some rats, roll some rats, roll some some
Yeah,
damages.
rat them up.
Let's get him rattled.
That's a 12.
That hits.
Hey. Okay, that is going to be 5 damage and 6 damage. God, I rolled terribly.
5,
but
and those are both.
they're both radiant. Yep.
Okay, but that is enough total to kill the injured swarm of rats.
Yay!
They are
Killed some
murdered as
rats.
you swipe your burning light sword across the battlefield.
It's a real
having
anticlimax
rats
to having to
left and right.
fight a bunch
I
of
know.
rats after we beat Baba Lysaga.
Yeah, I'm gonna
It's
take
called
my,
falling action, Dan.
my offhand attack. So that's
Failing
a
action?
21.
It might be.
It's like when you graduate college and then the next day you just go to work. It's like,
And
well,
then
that's really
7
anticlimactic.
slashing damage, just for good measure.
To the next,
Here, here.
next set of rats. All right. Well, that's only 3 because they block some of it. All right, Elor.
He's going to run out to the rats, and he's gonna do an attack.
Remember, you're attacking the good. You've attacked the good rats here.
Come on, Rat Patrol.
I mean, they're all bad rats in his
Well,
opinion.
I'm sorry, the best of the bad rats.
Mhm.
And when I say
the best of the
I mean
bad rats.
most menacing.
Here it comes.
Hey, those
You
guys got a
see-
bad rat.
You see his teeth grow longer, and a green ichor drips from the tips of them, or ichor drips from them, and noxious gas is in the air as he strikes out. And I've got to remember what the roll is on this. Sorry, one sec.
Fighting pointy
there it
teeth
is.
with pointy teeth.
Yes, the only way you can. And we know a 14 hits. So how does 2d10 poison damage sound? That's right,
What?
Tony. It's not slashing. It's 13 poison damage.
What was the name of this
Nice.
attack?
This
Rat
is just
poison?
this is just my primal savagery.
All right.
attack.
You primally savage those rats, but good. You kill half the rats
Nice.
in that swarm.
And
Wow,
do they take
okay.
ongoing poison damage or
No, sadly.
no? Okay.
Elvor, all set?
I don't think so. Well, hold on. Does anyone see a reason why I should keep my lightning around?
No.
All right,
I mean,
good.
something else could pop out at us, but
Yeah.
I think not. I think we just need to kill these rats.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's the
Yeah.
most important thing.
So
Surely the DM would not Poison. another swarm of rats on us.
I think that this
Now
combat
it's
needs a few more.
flies!
This combat needs a few more phases.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. From the rats,
And suddenly,
erupt
all of
flies.
you turn into swarms of rats that you must fight amongst yourselves.
Just the rat inside me all along.
Many rats inside you all along. Sorry.
No!
All right, Elvor, you doing something that dropping the lightning allows you to do?
Actually, no. I'll go ahead and be done.
All right. Samus.
Yes,
Murder a rat.
please. Let's do some damage. Okay, we see you keep getting dadgum good rolls on your hit, Samus, but can you just do a dadgum good roll on your actual attack, please? We would love that. That's not bad. So half of 11.
Half of 11 is 5. Samus has both swarms of rats are down to less than half health, which makes them significantly less effective as rats. Broldish, murder a rat.
I'm
Murder
going to
a
try.
rat.
All right, so there's the one that's right in front of me.
Yep.
And that definitely hits, and it does 6 points of slashing damage.
3 points of slashing damage.
And I'm also going to just use my last first level spell slot and do 2d8 radiant damage. So that's 9 points of radiant damage to the
All right, so you
swarm
like
right in front of
you
me.
take your axe and you slam it into the swarm. Several rats are cut in half, and then just radiant damage bursts out from the axe, incinerating all of the other rats in the swarm.
Yep, that was
Not
that
a
was
good
the idea.
episode for any of our rat listeners to listen to.
Yeah. Then I'm just going to take one step forward and do my second attack against
All right.
the rest of the rats. I don't have any radiant damage left for this, so it's just going to be. Ooh, hang on. Do I even hit? Oh yes, I totally do. For 8 points of slashing damage, which is half to 4, and that's it. That's it for Broldish.
4 points of slashing damage.
Hela be
Imra.
praised.
There are 3 rats left.
Yeah. I am just reading about my battle axe here.
Likes, dislikes rats, likes killing rats.
Likes killing plants, but that doesn't really
Mm.
help. So I'm gonna take a step forward anyway with this battle axe.
Hey, you're joining this part of the fight. You're no longer fighting hands.
I know, it's amazing. And this
Hey,
is
bro, where you been?
a +1, if that matters at all. I don't think it does. That's a 20 to
The rats are
hit.
unimpressed with your magic axe.
Jerk
They're
faces.
unfazed by it.
That is 5 points of damage. I am going to move my hunter's mark. No, I did move my hunter's mark. Sorry. So that's another 2 on top of that. And
You
then
kill all of
God.
the rats.
Okay, I was gonna say
I was
my
about to
second.
I was about to guiding bolt the rats because I'm like, I'm gonna blow a spell slot and just kill these freaking things.
And as finally you take a moment to catch your breath, you look around the battlefield. There are tattered scarecrows, corpses that used to contain snakes scattered all over the place, many rats. Baba Lysaga's hut crashes to the ground sideways. The cage of birds attached to the front of it is squawking madly. The giant skull, no longer animated by the magical forces of Baba Lysaga, drops to the ground, and Argal jogs over and says, "Hey guys."
Does he have the goats with him? Please tell me he has the goats with him.
The goats
No,
are
they're
all
the other
fine.
direction.
They're by the church.
Yeah, the other
Oh, that's
direction.
right.
Yeah, the goats are fine. Probably.
I want
Aline?
to go open up that bird cage and make sure that
All right.
all of the captives can be.
Taking your time, the birds flap out of the cage and circle over ahead. It seems like the other ravens you freed earlier have joined them, and there's just kind of a cloud of birds circling above you, kind of
I wave.
squawking. Somehow, it sounds almost triumphant. For you have defeated Baba Lysaga. You have recovered several valuable items from her hut. You have freed Berez as it was from its agony of just a centuries of despair under her rule, and perhaps most importantly, recovered a valuable sword that you will someday stab Stradvan Zarovich with. You hope.
I could use a nap.
Also importantly, you all level up.
Yes!
The best thing ever.
What about the giant skull, Tony?
He said it
What
crashed to the
about
ground.
the giant skull? What about some of these strange objects you found in Baba Lysaga's chest? What of these birds that you have freed? Are any of them the were-ravens? And where will your adventures take you next in Barovia? Is Castle Ravenloft your next stop, or are there other friends and enemies to meet along the way? For answers to questions such as these, tune in next season for Total Party Kill, Dog and Pony Barovian Adventures. The end.